Holy rollers, we're already off our rockers. Why don't you join us? I'm Stephanie, your dungeon master. Tonight we're joined by Dennis, who plays Lytle DeFerndon, a bi-class of sorcerer rogue, Joffrey, who plays Roorn Baelgor, our fighter barbarian. Beneath him, the face behind the thumbnail, is Brandon, who plays Red Netherroot, our cleric. Jesse, uh, plays Mr. Riker Tor, our intrepid illusion wizard. And last but not least, Miss Rachel plays the one half of the character Genji Kenji. She plays the Kenji half, which is a barbarian half. We're so grateful that you're here. We're so grateful that you're following our story. Hopefully tonight we come to some kind of a conclusion um, on this particular arc. We will see how that goes. But we have rolled for prayer as is our custom. Also in chat, private with us players and DM, we determined last week the roleplay dice were assigned to Jesse and Joffrey because of not only their interplay but also their individual talents displayed last week. If you want to watch that episode, go do it. It's up right now. We'll
It was
wait.
a good one. I think the most we've laughed in a good while collectively.
That was
Yeah.
a good one. I rewatched it today while I was snuggling the dog, and I was dying laughing. That was really funny. But
Yeah.
yes, we've rolled for prayer, and who was it that won again?
Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse. Okay.
Jesse's a winner tonight.
Joffrey, this means nothing. You're all jumbled. All right, Mr. Jesse, you're frozen, sir? There you are. You're a
Um,
little you're kind of jerking around a little bit. You're
oh,
welcome to Rachel, you're funny. You're welcome to pray whenever you're ready.
alrighty. Let's go before the Lord. Father, thank you, Lord, just for the blessing of this group, Lord. Thank you. Gather every week and just celebrate with each other, fellowship with each other, and live life together. Thank you for this game that allows us to tell a story. We pray, Lord, that it glorifies you. But I want to pray, Lord, just for tonight that you will bless the roles, bless the story, and that it will go according to your will. Let us um, represent you well, and let us have fun, laugh a lot, and have a great time, Lord. We are so thankful for the many, many blessings you pour out on us, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So who would like to go for recap? Did we decide that in chat as well? I've been kind of distracted.
No, but I would.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Dennis, hit it.
Okay. So we started off at the lake with the squishy thing in it. And we decided to send our first thief, Genji, through the tunnel, and he came up into a warm bath. He came up into a bath, and after he got there, it was warm. Uh, the rest of us followed. Um, Lydell had to go back and aid Riker. It wasn't a save; it was more of an aid, just to make sure that his past with water didn't affect him coming through, and because he's a good friend, Lydell said, "Hey, I'm gonna go help him." We rested for a little while. Lydell turned on one of the braziers by throwing a firebolt at it. Then we decided to go check out the long hallway. We went and checked out the long hallway. Got to the door. After much paranoia, opened the door and went into the first chamber, where we found dead people, and we found cannons pointed at the columns, and and and, and Jesse sees dead people. So sorry. And so we went in there, and Riker talked Rourn into turning the cannons away from the pillars. Um, we did all the stuff there. Then we went up one more floor. Found the place where the cleric would have went in for prayer for all the people who were there. Um, and then went from there, went back up to the next floor, and Riker talked Rourne into letting him take at least 7 books out of there to preserve them. I'm sure that he slipped in at least 14 more. We'll see. And that's kind of
Awesome.
where we left off.
Nice.
Riker managed to convince Roran to as many as a bag of holding can hold. He was going to put in.
Yes, I do remember. I do remember we did the 7, and I think that I slid the bar to get to the end before we got to that point. Sorry.
Yeah. So I know that we have in story we haven't. Riker has not necessarily gone through it, but one note that she did send us some of the contents, which is like the spells Daylight and Sunbeam, which Riker will be happy with when he finds them. And then 1, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 specific books with different synopsises.
Good.
Nice.
But from this point on, it will most likely be guarded, warded, high priestly chambers. Allegedly.
Good job, Dennis. Take your inspo, and I ain't saying nothing. You're gonna have to find out.
Kind of figured that part.
So, let me bring up the thing. Do do ba 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 da.
Julie, do the thing.
Yes. And so not only are we all Skyrim fans here, we're also all Avatar: The Last Airbender fans. So
Uh,
we reference them all interchangeably.
I don't really,
I'm a wannabe Skyrim fan. I have not gotten a chance to play, but that's on my list.
and
It's
I'm
okay.
not.
Dennis
I'm
hasn't
not a,
watched a cartoon.
I've watched like maybe 2 episodes of Avatar, so I'm kind of in the same boat.
It's fine.
I'm
Some of
really
us
thinking
are.
about it.
I am a Skyrim fan.
I do
Well,
love Skyrim. Yes,
we're all Lord of the Rings fans at the minimum.
There you go.
Yes.
true.
Hence the
Yes.
reason why we're named Frodo, Thorin.
Yes.
Uh, you know.
Fantastic. So good.
Do you want to learn the
Oh,
ukulele so I can do Secret Tunnel?
yes. I don't think it'd be hard. Surely somebody's done that by now.
Sure. Probably like
Awesome.
2 chords.
Right? He doesn't strike me as the complex type. So you have rated the bookshelves for the allotted amount of books Rourn will let you abscond with. Um, you all wish to explore anything else about this room? Lytle, you're standing in front
Anything
of some
else?
statues.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
3
sorry. I'm trying to
statues.
get there.
It's okay.
I'm standing where?
You're standing in front of 3 statues that, for all intents and purposes, look straight up gilded, like they're in gold.
Okay. I would like to do not my best, but an insight to see
Uh-huh.
if they mean anything to me.
Roll me an insight check.
How carefully is
19,
Roran watching
22.
me right now?
Roran
We'll handle that in a minute.
gave you permission to abscond with what you will in the library. You meet Speeds. He's not happy about it, but he is not going to stop you. So long as you do not
I just
escalate.
gonna say that when he sees solid gold statues, he's actually gonna go. "Woo!"
Well,
No, 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 no.
Lytle's first thought is, will this fit in the bag of holding?
No. The bag of
Riker's
holding
full
has a
on doing
500 the bag of holding has a 500-pound limit.
Well,
That's per the rules. And sorry, not
I was
sorry.
gonna say, because if that was the
Riker's
case,
going full on Abu from Aladdin. Just
Yeah. If you wear a little fez, I'll let you
Pretty
do
rat.
anything you want. Um,
need a fez. We need
if you wear a little
somebody
fez, I
fez
will let
right
you
here.
do
He's just like,
anything you want.
okay. Anyways,
Lytle, your insight was what?
a 22.
Okay.
19 plus 3.
The statues look remarkably detailed. Um, and you notice there's a faintly glowing kind of rune underneath them. Um, doesn't seem harmful, or obviously you would have crossed it and been hurt. Um, but it is The level of detail afforded these statues is uncanny. You can see the veins in the back of the hands. You can see, individual eyelashes. Um, it's just very it's beautiful, but the more you look at it, the more creepy it gets, truthfully. Um,
I, if
you
this
could
is the
ask
furthest
Rourne.
Rourn has been, that was going to be my follow up.
Correct. Rourne, you would know what these statues are. The question is your friend going to ask?
Well, actually, Lido was going to ask Rorn what these statues are and the runes, and is there any significance in them?
Now, would this be history or religion for Rourn?
This would be history would be a lower check.
Well, you already said that he knew what they were, and
Yeah,
based
you're
on
right, I did say that, yeah.
the
You
fact
you
that you're
actually
saying it.
you know what these are, but I will say there's a chance you can't recall it, because the statues themselves were not here while you visited this library a lot in your youth. So,
Oh,
I will let you roll a history check.
all right. History. 18.
Okay. So, these statues are what's called the Sund, and
The
they were
Sund?
the Sund. They were formerly devotees of Lathander who you've only ever heard talk of this ritual, you've never actually seen it. In moments of potential overwhelm of the, temple, moments of last stand, moments of incursion or siege or any number of other things that could befall, um, a temple of Lathander, one could request to be preserved. And that preservation came from being completely encased in gold. And the idea was these devotees continue to be devotees um, in this state, and in whatever way Lathander calls them to be. If they are called upon to be um, wells of wisdom, then they awaken and give the wise counsel. If they are needed to be undying warriors, then that is what they awaken to be. Um, it is a completely it is essentially the complete desolation of self for the purposes of eternal worship and devotion. You don't recognize the three faces in these statues.
Rourn will. Oh, red. If Kellenvo ever had such things such as this, I think you would jump on board. This sounds exactly up your alley. Lydell, the fact that we are not under attack the moment we came up in here is probably a good thing. Rowan will then kind of give a condensed. These are living statues of devotees to Lathander were brought in times of need to fill a role. And had they been brought in to be warriors, we would have been currently fighting them. So the fact that we are not currently under attack could mean that these were not brought as warriors. But I could not tell you what purpose these three are currently serving, as there's no other way through this tower past this point that we can see, correct?
So here's what happened with this map. I got the base, X number of floors map, and I reworked all of them, and then I rearranged which ones were in order. And because I was kind of working under a deadline, I forgot the most important parts, which were the freaking stairwells.
That's
Um,
okay.
It's
please
okay.
just assume there is, in fact, a stairwell
Okay.
up. Once again,
Well,
Dennis, you can mock me relentlessly because you are, in
no,
fact, the house designer.
nah, that's all right. You know how many doors I forget?
That makes me feel better, actually. That makes me feel immensely better. Thank doors, you forget doors, just straight up. I feel so much better.
Yeah, I've
Look
went
at
So
to
yeah,
preliminary design with homeowners only to for them to ask me, "Well, where's the door to this bedroom?
right.
This is a secret room. You're not allowed in there."
Whoopsie.
that costs extra.
Right, right, right.
That
I'll
door
only
would
tell
cost
you.
you another $2,500. Sorry.
Oh my word. That's too
Red then,
funny.
I
as
would
again,
say, huh?
Red is the holiest man here. I guess Riker is the most learned. Listen up. Does Kellenvor have any such things such as these in his service? If so, do we just leave these alone? Or is there a way we could entice them for information?
Um, roll me a religion check.
As he does that, Lydell reaches out to just kind of touch the hand of one, because he sees the veins and everything. He just wants to see if it feels like gold.
Rourn will go up
Yes.
and just kind of just stop your hand just shy.
Just smack.
No, it's like, as I said,
No, no.
they can be anything they need to be at
Uh,
a moment's notice.
21 on the
Well,
religion check.
The duration of animation for these statues would be relatively short. It would be probably around an hour. So if you have something to ask them, you would have to do it in that span of time before they basically exhaust their unlife and move on to their afterlife.
Is there
I have
something
at
we
least,
would want to ask them? Like,
well,
I can't. I mean,
they might
other
know
than
what is
asking
if
what's the future.
what's desecrating this temple, what's lingering. From the sounds of it, there is something tangible. Maybe they would know.
You could awaken them one at a time if if that's not obvious.
You know how to awaken them? That's way out of my wheelhouse.
Would since Rourn has an idea, would he then be able to do a recollection on the proper procedure to beseech and awaken?
Let me think, is that something you would know? Yeah, roll me a religion check again.
All right, I'm actually better at religion than I am at history. Funny
How
enough,
about that?
that'll be a 21.
It takes a minute, but you recall the particular prayer that is used to awaken one of these statues. You only read it probably a total of 10 times in preparation for the test that it was going to be on. And then because it was so esoteric and rarely utilized, you kind of, for lack of a better word, forgot it. But standing here in the place where you did a lot of studying and thinking, uh, it comes back to you a little bit easier. Um, you can very easily, with a 21, because the DC threshold was 20, you can recall the prayer to entreat one of these statues to life.
He'll gesture for Lydell to move aside.
As Lydell moves aside, he reaches out and touches the statue.
feels like sun-warmed gold.
He just
Almost
couldn't
as
help
if, I mean, it doesn't do anything, if that's what you're wondering.
No, but Lido had to touch it.
I was really hoping that you'd touch it.
I rolled to see if Lido would keep up, and he couldn't help it. He had to touch it. It's so realistic. He had to see if he felt skin.
Right?
Please
Red,
pay attention to what I'm about to say.
Kenji, or Riker, is there anything you want to do before Red does, or before Roorn does this? Don't mean to ignore you.
Oh no, you're fine. I will be. I'm not gonna move away. I don't like things that come back to dead when they're not supposed to. So I will be keeping a very close eye on this whole thing.
Oh, but
It's
Red, there never died to begin with.
Yeah, I said unlife. I feel like that was not the correct term, but I don't know if there's a term for what they have done. They're technically in suspended animation, but the magic that suspends them and reanimates them, and allows them to basically come back to, for lack of a better term again, life, is limited in its duration. So they aren't technically dead. They're not setting off your spidey senses, if
Okay,
that's what you're
fair
worried
enough.
about.
Yeah.
So Rourne, you stand before these statues. Which one do you wish to entreat?
The middle one, unless there's another one that looks the older,
More
more
wizened.
yes.
Um, the one on the left is a female. The one on the right is a young man, but the center one is a man probably about middle-aged. So you feel
Middle
you've
it
chosen
is.
well. Yeah, you feel like you've chosen well. Um, you adopt the posture of reverential recitation, and using the mnemonic kind of recall that you trained yourself in this very library, you utter the prayer. It takes about 60 seconds. And at the end of it, nothing seems to happen until the candles burning at the foot of that statue go out. And said statue opens its eyes. What is it you wish to know?
Blessed One, I have been sent here to cleanse and re-sacrament this temple. I seek to know what might be lingering, what is furthering the desecration of these grounds, that I might atone for sins in the eyes of Lathander.
The statue pauses, unbreathing, unblinking, as if quantifying your question and its own answer. And it says to you, I know not what causes the desecration continuing of this place. Atonement, how would he word this? You are a worshipper of the Dawn Father, yes? You are the one who uttered the prayer.
I am a prodigal coming home.
You know the Dawn Fathers. teachings on atonement. The cyclical nature of dawn, dusk, dawn. I know not how, prodigal, but I know that atonement can be found.
Roorn will then turn. I'm not waking another one. If any of you ask a question, do so to this one. You then turn to the statue. If it be in your remaining time, I entreat you to answer any question that my compatriots might offer, so long as it does not defy you or Lathander.
Do you vouch for them?
Unfortunately, yes, I do. But
They are reverent to the ways of the Dawn Father.
in a way, we are all in the same sinking ship. As Lathander has placed his bets on me, Hamut, and he will list every single god that has basically hedged a bet on one of the members of the party. So you could say, for the moment, we are the chosen.
I will speak to these proxies.
Roorn will step aside, look at the group.
Well, Lytle's right there, so. Gosh, what? I would never have thought anything like this. This is kind of neat. Uh, he goes up and he'll introduce himself to the statue like a gentleman would to somebody new, and kind of give him a reverent nod of the head, and then he will ask him uh, if he knows how they can safely bypass any of the wards on the way up the floor so they can uh do what they've been asked to do, which is to help Roorn bring the temple back to Lathander.
He asks you what year it is, and that's not something you as the player are going to know, or me as the DM are going to track. But you as the character tell him it's
Sure.
X year. Because we're not about that life.
Barely
And
tell you this
Weak.
yeah. That's fine. The rocks fall, Rowan dies. The
They can certainly try.
roll for initiative, Rowan.
That's
No,
Lady other people come alive.
he the sunned individual does a little bit of math in his head and is like, and how long has the temple lay in desecration? And you tell him, based on what you have heard about from Roorn, that fateful day that the high priest was beheaded, and you you tell him how long that's been, and the sunned person says, the wards, if they still linger, will be weak. And they are not the wards of keeping for high artifacts or the most sacred of places in our temple. They were wards for maintaining the high priest's privacy and excluding people from his personal chambers. They will not be as strong as others, potentially, in this temple.
Lydell will. We'll turn around to Riker and say, "Hey, you might be able to undo these wards."
I know where they are.
Riker, do you want to go next?
Uh, uh,
Yeah. You're compelled across the room by an unseen force. It's a real
well,
life sip.
Hi, how you doing? These wards, Mr. Goldness, can you give me like an idea, like the layout of the future, like where the wards are, like are the
The
both
wards will
floors not
be the wards will be on the doors.
doors? All right, you guys hear that? All right, doors. All right, anything else that traps or anything like that you need to worry about?
He looks from you, Riker, over to Roorn, standing kind of nearby. This one, he tilts his head as he looks at you again, Riker. I did not know. This one is proxy to more than one.
Oh, really? We only know of one. What was its
This life
name?
isn't hard enough.
I believe Azuth is one. What do you mean, more than one? And Rika, do be wary. Lying before such a holy one of Lathander will surely bring a second bolt of lightning down on you.
You know what? We don't need to go into my whole like god drama. Like as far as I know, I only got one god like after me. But can we focus here? Like, we are talking about the like floor plan, like traps, things that'll keep us alive in the next hour or kill us in the next hour. So can we stay on target?
He seems to be completely ignoring the words coming out of your mouth and instead says, I cannot discern it. It hides. It watches. It
Oh,
grants power, but at a cost.
remember I told you that somebody had written that spell for me?
Yeah.
It's
As a DM
yes.
harken back, your spellbook fell open the night before the big fight in the arena, and you found one of the spells you were working on completed. And it was weirdly in a handwriting that went back and forth between uh, elegant script and maniacal scribbles. And you had an interaction, I think it was on the way out of town, when you
Yep.
used that spell for the first, not the first time, but you used it in a environment you were capable of listening. And basically this entity suggested that by using the spell it gave you, he
I owe
or
something.
it got its claws into you.
You know, he's just an annoying little. But it's not a big deal. So nothing more than a one night stand. That's it.
The
If we speak,
statue
of course.
the statue in front of you says, "You will know dread from this entity. You will know suffering."
Add it to the list.
It will demand more of you.
That's nice. I'll buy him a bottle of scotch. Can we move on, please? Focus. Stay on target. Stay on target.
He's
I
We're
agree with
talking
you.
about what's going to
He
kill
is
us.
completely unmoved by your rudeness. He just stares you down.
Roorn, to get Mr. Goldie to get on the program here.
I think that was your time up, Riker. Kind of just shh.
It's
Red?
also a tower. I don't know what kind of layout you want from me. It goes up, it goes down. I don't know what else you want.
He wants to
Edgy?
know where all the traps
There's
are.
nothing else going to kill us.
I just said doors.
Doors. Okay, that's super helpful.
That's about
You know where
all
to look.
he would know, I think, too. That's not just your DM being cagey.
So we check every door.
Sure.
If you
Edgy
have more
Riker.
you'd like to ask Riker, you may, because that was mostly DM exposition.
Yep, guess I'm done.
Okay. Alrighty. Who would like to go next?
I guess I will.
Okay. Red, you saunter into the magical circle and in front of this animated gold statue. And he nods to you. Hail, proxy of death.
Yes, well,
The nickname.
that's. I guess that's a very nice way of saying the things that I do. How long have you been here like this?
Trying to think. So, Roorn, you left to pursue enlistment with Moira's regime approximately 20 years ago.
I was about to say, because about 5 years of service, and then it's been about 15 years since the desecration event occurred. So yeah,
Yeah.
about 5 years. So 20 years.
Okay. Okay. Um, he tells you, Red, 18 years. When the domination swept the continent, measures were put in place to ensure sacred knowledge would not depart from the devotees of Lathander. And sacred defense
Secret
could be
knowledge.
enacted, if necessary, as a last resort.
Do you wish to remain this way?
It is not up to me.
Well,
I will when the
today,
magic
my friend,
leaves, I will depart.
well, I could possibly change that. We could try to send you on.
You watch the gold features soften a little bit. I chose this proxy of death, knowing all that it would entail. I will not abandon my devotion now, so close to the end.
Well, fair enough. So about these doors.
Next, he says, Kenji, you got anything you want to ask the creepy gold statue?
Not particularly, no.
Oh, do you
Not
guys have any
even,
spells in mind?
not even perhaps some questions as to why you are two souls in one body?
Would he know that though?
How about you ask him?
He knew
Wait,
about
he's
Riker.
literally a statue.
A god-planted statue in a sacred library.
It's almost like this was on purpose.
Porpoises. Shifty little things. Actually,
Yeah.
porpoises are not, they're not little.
They are not little.
Shifty big things, whatever.
I'm not so much worried about the porpoises, but the Leopardons.
Not the Leopuridons!
I swear, the next mountain y'all have to climb is going to be Candy Mountain.
But then someone's gonna leave without a kidney.
I mean, it was bound to happen, but
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
with this group, at some point that was bound to happen.
Shun the non-believer.
God, it's so good.
Shunned.
Yeah. I'd forgotten that. That's early in my time on the internet.
This is early
Right?
internet.
Very early.
Yeah.
Well, this is God placed there. Then he's going to assume that he can be a little more vague since not everybody's aware of what's happening.
I mean, he had some insight into Riker that you just listened to happen. You
And
could
spilled
probably
for
be
the
vague.
entire party.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah, thanks a lot there.
Lathander does not play favorites. Or Lathander is not biased.
Labs are people are secrets all over the place.
Apparently. Any idea why I am the way I am?
You're made of mud.
Yes, why am I made of mud? Wink, wink, wonk, wonk.
The statue tilts its head again at you.
And a rock and a body of water love each other very, very much.
Oh, Gauntlet hand goes over Riker's mouth.
Thank you. You just pull him a little closer. The
Shush.
Sleep. Go to sleep.
The-
Go to sleep.
the statue says after a minute of pondering, 2 in 1. But not whole, not halves. Fragments. More than 2. But quieter.
Oh no. You're telling me there's a third one in here? Starts having an existential crisis.
You are a ancestral path barbarian, yes?
Yes.
That's never come up, but, when you rage, technically, you're surrounded by ancestral spirits that can help you in various ways. You've
Oh,
you've always been aware there's presences around you when you rage, but you've never given much thought as to what they were.
right.
You just thought it was Genji.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you basically thought it was Genji.
yeah, pretty much.
But now what this statue is implying is that you and Genji are simply the 2 strongest presences, which begs the question, how did multiple presences get into a body comprised of dirt?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And like, how did two happen to get a hold of it instead of just one?
Er, 19 insight. Roorn hasn't pieced it together yet because the DC's 22.
He's over there like, what are you talking about? Two?
Yeah.
There's just
Okay,
one.
Terrence.
He's like, "Sometimes he plays with 2 swords." Is that what they're talking about? Um, the statue says, "Your composition is not natural.
Yeah.
You were created, but I know not by whom or what. It is strange to me."
Well, that makes two of us. Okay.
I will say the one insight I can grasp and grant yes, is,
I'm just three dragons in a trench
You're
coat.
3
you're just
kobolds in
3
a trench.
kobolds in a trench coat. Um, the the one insight I can impart with certainty is that your corporeal form is not begotten. You were not born, you were formed.
Ah, that explains why I don't have a belly button. Canonically, I don't have a belly button now.
Genji deep in your head is like, "What? We don't have belly."
I say, I think I never looked there.
I said, well, let me check.
Well, butter me up and slap me in this oven for Thanksgiving. You're right.
Looks checks tummy.
Help me, Lord. You he looks at you a little bit more, and actually this time, for the first time since he's animated, he reaches out and he hovers his hand near your cheek.
Near my cheek?
Yep, near your face.
Face, okay.
As though kind of waiting for you to allow him to touch.
Okay. He'll lean into the hand awkwardly.
For a moment, all you feel is warm metal.
Right.
And then because the hand is near enough from on your cheek to your ear, you begin to hear a little bit of a sizzle. It doesn't have any pain associated with it, at least for you. The statue quickly moves its hand away, looks down at its seemingly incorruptible form, and the gold on his palm is blistered, as if it is pockmarked by a unfit furnace.
I'm sorry. I did not know. I didn't know. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Grave dirt.
What?
You are made of grave dirt. That is the component of your flesh.
Party all looks at Red.
I was gonna say, Kenji freezes and makes a point not to look at Red.
Yeah.
Red just starts to salivate, doesn't know why. Just gets a little twitchy. You are embodied with a soul. You are not undead. But your flesh is not the flesh of humanoid. I am afraid that is all I may impart.
So I might literally be dirt.
So you are an earth genasi.
Yes.
And as we've discussed with when we were creating your backstory, you've been around for probably close to what, 20 some years at this point? Like your memories start about 20 some years ago. I think that's what we just determined your age was.
I think I'd have to double check. I think he might be a little more middle aged than that, like maybe 30s or 40s, but
Yeah. That's fine.
but
Yeah, it says on your sheet your age is 40.
okay.
You your memories start a certain time ago, and as you have so one of the weeks you were out, the group was around a table and sharing, like, some deep bonding secrets, and the one that you blurted out, or I blurted out on your behalf, was, "I don't remember being a child."
Oh yeah.
So,
Like
that is kind of coming back again as well.
So now Red and Lytle can figure all this out.
Why did y'all move your tokens closer?
Well,
Uh,
Lytle actually has something he wants to do before we.
Is there
Rowan was
anything
gonna.
else, Kenji, you wanna ask before we let the boys make a second round?
uh no, he's got quite a bit to ponder now.
You take a little bit of comfort in the knowledge that if you didn't have a soul, you wouldn't have been on Kalimvor's wall.
True.
Regardless of what your flesh is comprised of, you are conscious and you are a person.
But why
So
make
you're
of
twice the
dirt
people.
than just humanoid like everyone else?
That is
I would
something you may have to discover for yourself, DM saying.
okay.
The statue's not going to know that, sorry.
Okay. Okay, good to know. I will take a step back so other people can jump back in.
Lytle, what did you like to
Uh,
say?
so hearing all of this about both Riker and Kenji Genji, Lytle realizes he doesn't want to waste this opportunity
Mhm.
that seems to have presented itself And after his talk with Red, he realizes that this may be his best chance in the world to find out about his stone. So he walks over, he lifts up his armor and shows the stone to the statue and
Into the
says,
room.
and to the room. At this point, he has more interest in knowing what it's going to do and what he should be
Then in
doing with
hiding.
it than hiding it, especially from his friends that he's formed, or at least, as close to friends as he's got.
Yeah.
Um, so
Say
he,
they're
he
friends.
looks at the statue and he says, I do have one last question for you, of myself. I have on my arm a tear of Bahamut that I picked up as a 5-year-old child, and it protected me during a crisis to my village. That was 50 years ago or so. And at this point, I just learned that it was a tear of Bahamut, but I do not know what it does or what I should be doing with it. Can you enlighten me on that?
I am unfamiliar with the workings of any god but Lathander. But it seems to me that the answers you seek have already been revealed to you. If you say the rock has protected you, this tear of Buhamut, my educated guess is that it will continue to do so under specific circumstances.
Lido just kind of looks at it. And that's all you got? You're a little frustrated because you can discern the fact that somebody's a split personality over here, but
I mean,
yeah,
that's
he
that's common magic.
yeah, but you got to realize what Lytle is.
That's fair. The He is an expert in stuff y'all don't know. You don't know his history as a person, you don't know what he
Right.
studied under Lathander, you don't know who he was before Lathander. Um, but each of these individuals has a backstory and a knowledge base that I'm drawing from in order to kind of give you these answers. So some of them know things others would not. I think you picked the best one for what y'all are asking, though.
So
Um,
he does look at the statue and he just says, I do hope that you find rest until such a time as you are needed again. And he walks away.
Mr. Roorn. Oh, I think Joffrey's doing something.
I can camera might be
Okay,
off for a second.
no worries. Is everything okay?
Clear.
Oh,
Alrighty. Did you have something to watch or something to ask the statue again?
As we are about to depart, and before your time runs out, he will gesture to the other two statues. Do you wish for them to remain here alone as you fulfill your contract, or would you wish for them to join you?
The statue looks at the other son that flank him and says, their devotion is not mine to conduct nor interrupt.
Then I shall not disturb them. And when your time is up, we'll let you go in your peace.
He nods. Everyone
should-
good? Anyone else?
Nope.
I did not necessarily plan on there being an entire expose tonight, but here we are.
Well,
You presented such an opportunity.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought you'd ask like stupid questions, like, what about those doors and stuff like that.
But we kind of did, and then you started
I know.
shutting that down. So
Um, just because I think you are going to ask stupid questions doesn't mean I need to let you. Um, I'm kidding. You can ask whatever you want. It's called player agency.
I'm gonna say that at this point, Lydell will start up the stairs as a way of okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let's get this party going.
Hey, you tromp up the stairs. Everyone follow?
Yeah.
Ron will be
Yeah.
the
I
last
guess.
one up the stairs.
All right. Um, you guys cram into this stairwell. Um, before I reveal the next floor, I want you guys to roll a perception check.
Oh Lord.
So my passive perception was higher than my roll. Can I take that?
Yes, you may.
Okay,
Hey,
I'll
my
take the
passive
full six.
perception's higher than my roll. Can I take it?
Yes, you may. That's a given for you, Rachel.
Stephanie,
Thank
I
you.
tell my players no.
You what now?
You're so nice. I tell my players no.
Hey, just because you're mean doesn't mean she has to be.
That's
Would
right.
you like me to be meaner, Jesse?
Just to him specifically.
That's right. Yeah. We're good on our end.